Yeah, I tried carnivore. I don't know if it's for me. I don't have any willpower. I go to family events. I started carnivore. I tried it for a week and then I went to this family event and it was my niece's christening and there was cake there. So I just ate it. I hear this one a lot, and I'm offering you all my love and compassion because what I know is happening is you're so excited about starting carnivore. You're so excited that there's rules and you know exactly what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, but then you get around those craving foods and you can't control yourself. And you know what happens? Then you just prove to yourself once and again that you have no willpower and that you can't stick to this. You know what's really happening? You're struggling in social situations because you haven't built up your resolve yet. You don't believe yet in this way of eating. You don't believe that you can be successful. And all you keep doing is just reinforcing to yourself that you can't do this. And if you find yourself in this little story, then I want to talk to you about how to handle social situations so you can arm yourself with the toolbox that you need to remain carnivore and to get the results that you really do deserve. Hey, my name is Jess, and I'm a carnivore coach. I have been coaching nutrition and strength for 10 years now. I have been a carnivore for 3 years, and I am doing a 5-part series today talking about some of the things that new carnivores experience, some of the roadblocks that they come up against, and I hope you watch all of them. Social situations can be really tricky. It can be hard to navigate your decisions when you're early on in your carnivore journey. I can tell you it does get way easier, especially as the people in your life get used to this way of eating, see the results that you're getting, see that you're committed to this. But some people have seen you diet over and over and over again throughout your entire life, and they're like, it's just another one. They've probably done it too. I'm not saying they're judging you specifically, but they're just not sure if this is going to be something that sticks. And it's not your job to manage their mind, but it is your job to manage the social situations because you deserve it and you owe it to yourself. Because in those quiet times where you're doing really well on carnivore, you're going to want to know that in those busy times, you've got it down and you can make decisions so that you don't set yourself back. When you're out at restaurants or at parties at people's houses, what you want to do is focus on the meat. And in somebody's house, that can be challenging because you just don't know if they're cooking with any sort of marinades that are not carnivore compliant. In those situations, what I typically do is I'll ask to bring a main dish or I'll ask to bring an appetizer, and I'll just make sure that I'm bringing something that is carnivore friendly. It might be something like bacon wrapped scallops or shrimp cocktail or steak tips that I've cut into smaller pieces and it's just an appetizer spread, or chicken sausage, or even, processed meats like salamis or prosciuttos. I often like to bring little burger patties that I've made. So I'll take a lamb and a ground beef and I'll season it and I'll make them into little discs and I'll put them on a plate. I'll make a dip for other people to use, but I'll just eat it. So I always have something that I want right there. Now, if you're going out to a restaurant, you're going to focus on ordering just meat. So you can order like the sides of meat that would typically go on a pasta or a salad. You can order a few of those. What's more cost effective is asking if you can order a burger and maybe get two burgers instead of the bun. Sometimes I've asked them if they can, not charge me extra for that because I'm not getting the bun and the sides. Sometimes works. But you want to focus on just the meat and make sure that you're fueling up on meat and fats. Ask for butter. Tip number 2 is not to be afraid of saying no. It's okay to politely decline. If you're going over somebody's house, it might be hard the first couple times you're going over as a carnivore. When I go out to events, my friends and family know what I typically eat, and they're really accommodating. And they're always making sure that if they're making meat, they're making my meat and pulling my meat off to the side and then marinating the rest of it. I guess I have great people in my life, but you can too. You are going to hold your boundaries. You're going to say no. You're going to tell the server that you don't want something on your dish, and you're going to just politely decline. In social situations, alcohol can be tricky, especially if you have built up a way of life of drinking with friends and family, and you not drinking becomes a problem for other people. Again, that's not your problem to solve, but when you are on the carnivore diet, especially when you're early on in the carnivore diet, it is really important. I did 8 months, I believe it was 6 to 8 months of no alcohol at the beginning of my carnivore journey. Actually, it was in the middle. When I first started carnivore, I did not give up alcohol, and that caused me some problems because I would just get triggered to eat some foods that were non-carnivore, and then I'd mess up the perfect scenario of the elimination diet, and then I'd lose motivation, and it was kind of an up and down battle. Well, then I went no alcohol, and it was the perfect situation for me to make sure that I was doing a true elimination diet. So I always recommend that you do a true elimination diet, and you remove alcohol. Now, when you're going to events or you're at a restaurant, the way that you handle this is you order a seltzer water. You can even get lemon and lime. No, that doesn't matter. It's okay that it's not on carnivore. It's a very small rock. It makes you feel like you have a mixed drink in front of you and you just drink some soda water, not tonic, but you drink some soda water or mineral water. Or if you're going to somebody else's house, maybe you bring yourself a flavored seltzer and you enjoy a flavored seltzer and you have something that you can sip alongside people who are drinking. Remember, this is your journey and this is really important to you. And when you're out at an event, it can feel really easy to fall into the culture of wherever you are and kind of fall into the fun. But remember, it's all about the people. It's not about the food. It's not about the booze. You want this really badly for yourself. When you're sitting with yourself later on at night, when you're home from the event, are you going to want to feel proud? Yeah, you are. So, if you're interested in talking more about social situations, about the upcoming holidays, in my 8 week carnivoring for the holidays, I'm discussing all of this in lots of detail. I'm giving my crew recipes that they can bring to family events that make them feel like they're enjoying the holidays, but they're staying carnivore. So, if you want to get into that 8 week program, we are just in week 1, so it is still open for enrollment. Just let me know, DM me, or send a comment in this post, and I will make sure that you get set up.